Hey folks, how you all doing? So time for another recent spins, what I've been listening to, recent listens video. These videos show what I've been listening to over the previous 3 to 4 weeks or whatever, either on compact disc in the car or LP in the house. But before I start, got to purge myself of winter. We had our Australian Football League Grand Final yesterday. The Geelong Cats made the final. They were probably in the top 3 teams of the year, along with Brisbane Lions and the Adelaide Crows. Brisbane and Geelong actually made the final. It was a close first half, and then Brisbane just kicked away and basically blew us out the water after half time. So we finished runners up for the season, which is pretty good. And it's only a game. You get disappointed that first day, but then there's next year. Life goes on anyway. So and now we're almost 1 month finished in spring. The temperatures are already hitting 28-30 degrees here consistently, not every day but consistently. So we're looking at temperatures hovering around 78 to 82, 84 Fahrenheit, or 28 to 30 degrees Celsius every day. So the winter beanie has to come off and put away till next season. So here we go, and Mr. Hats comes out with one of his silly hats again to start off a new season of videos. As you would expect, that's why I'm called Mr. Hats. Thanks to Mike Rogan there, PC31. So we'll go through the compact discs I've been playing first in the car. Meatloaf, Dead Ringer, is their his third album. He had one back in the early 70s before Bat Out of Hell. This is the follow-up to Bat Out of Hell. Brilliant album. I do own this on vinyl as well, so does Lynn. It's probably my favourite Meatloaf album. Next up was listening to Radio Songs, the best of Cold Chisel, Australian blues rock, pub rock band, predominantly from the late 70s, early to mid 1980s before they initially split up. They've been back together on and off over the last few years, and this year actually celebrates their 50th anniversary in the music business. Great compilation album. Listen to 2 Johnny Cash albums as well, Songs of Our Soil and Ride This Train, which is from this original album Classics box set. Big fan of Johnny Cash, as most people know, so always very well received Johnny Cash. Wanting to listen to Jethro Tull this month or so, so I just took a random pick of a compact disc to put in the car. This one we had War Child, some very good songs on here. Some average songs for Jethro Tull, but overall still another very good album by Jethro Tull. This compact disc contains another 7 bonus tracks that aren't on the original album, so yeah, well worth a listen if you've never heard it. Picked up some Smokey as well. This one is changing all the time. This one has Don't Play Rock and Roll to Me and If You Think You Know How to Love Me on it. Has their studio stereotypical soft rock sounds throughout this album. Good album. Sort of alt rock band. This one was initially released 2022. It was one of my favourite albums of 2022. Skinty Fear, self-titled album from memory. Is it self-titled? Yeah. Very good album. Not as good as I remembered it when I first bought it, but still a good album nonetheless. Lynn doesn't like it, by the way. Next up we had this on in the car as well, Best of Wham. Very good album. They had a lot of really good hits. I wasn't really a fan until Wake Me Up Before You Go. I didn't like the stuff they did before that, but everything after that is absolutely fabulous in my opinion. This is one of Lynn's compact discs. Picked up, put it in the car. So was the Cold Chisel one, actually. Pseudo Echo Long Plays 83 to 87. They were an Australian pop rock new wave band from obviously the 1980s. They had a big worldwide hit with Funky Town. They re-recorded, pardon me, Lip Sync's Funky Town had a big hit worldwide. They had a few hits here in Australia. This is the 12-inch versions of 8 of their hits. A pretty decent listen, but I'm not really a big fan of extended remixes overall. Next up, Johnny Cash again, American 3, Solitary Man album. Another very good album in the series of the American recordings produced by Rick Rubin. I thought I'd pull this one out again. I have tried to like this since it was released in, is it 2011? Can't remember. New by Paul McCartney. I can't get into it. I still haven't been able to get into it. Early Days isn't a bad song. Save Us is okay. Queenie Eye's okay, but the majority of it is just, yeah, it's really not good. That said, I do love the album cover. Ended up playing on compact disc. Low, Heroes, and Lodger by David Bowie. So the Berlin trilogy, 3 of my favourites by David Bowie without a shadow of a doubt. Absolutely incredible albums. Also McCartney, Paul McCartney's debut solo album, from 1970. Very, very good album. Very good album. Very, very good. It's hard to not to say about it. It's just, they called it lo-fi, I think, back in the day. But yeah, there's a lot of good tracks on here. A lot of very good tracks, in fact. Nothing to not like at all. Solid album. Now we get to the LPs. This one I only purchased, well, I purchased it about 6 weeks ago, but it only arrived in the mail last week, and this was sort of recommended to me by Morten Astad. He had a video where he was mentioning this band, or a couple of videos, and he had a live clip of the band actually playing somewhere. I hope I get it right. Morten Tusmorka by Dyra. It's a song, an album, it's a concept album. They're a prog rock band about a badger, a squirrel and a crow all living in a tree, and yeah, people come along, start cutting down the trees, and they end up with nowhere to live. It's basically all sung in Norwegian. They're a Norwegian prog rock band. The opening track is very jazzy, jazz fusion type stuff, and then it goes into folky stuff, and then you've got the electric guitars with prog rock. Lots of flutes throughout this one, so it does have a bit of a tull sound to it. There's a children's choir on it, which I think are probably overused a bit too much. They do outstay their welcome. It's all sung in Norwegian, from when I remember listening to it yesterday. Yeah, but there's 2 pages of lyrics in here, one in Norwegian and one in English, so at least you can read it and understand what the songs are about going through. But yeah, pretty good album. Thanks Morten for introducing me to this band. Very, very good album indeed, and I'm going to start looking into collecting some more of theirs at some point. Also listened to this one again. I know I listened to this a couple of months ago, but yeah, I'm going through sort of a Sting Police thing this year for some reason. Yeah, just a fantastic album. All those hits on there. The only bad thing on here is the remake of Don't Stand So Close to Me, which is Don't Stand So Close to Me 86, which really isn't that crash up. listened to 2 Linda Ronstadt albums as well recently. Greatest hits. Look at all those hits on there. Brilliant, brilliant stuff from Linda Ronstadt. And also Greatest Hits Volume 2. There's all the hits on there. So between these 2 albums, there's 24 hits, right up until 1980. So it's basically the whole 70s decade. It's so easy to forget how many hits Linda Ronstadt had, and she has one of the finest female voices in pop rock, country rock, in my opinion. So 2 great albums I listened to there. Pardon me. Plectrum Electrum by Prince and Third Eye Girl. This was released in 2014. It was his 36th studio album. So I listened to this twice. I actually bought this for Lynn's birthday, and we hadn't got around to hearing it yet back in May. So I thought I'd pull it out because Ian from Rankin Obscure had it as his favourite album of the 2010s. So I thought, oh, let's pull that out and give it a listen. Anyway, it's brilliant. It's a fantastic guitar-driven rock album with elements of funk in it as well. It's not your usual Prince album. It sounds nothing like what you would expect from Prince from the, from his glory days in the 1980s. It's absolutely brilliant, absolutely brilliant. I think this is up there with his top 5 albums, in my opinion. Another couple of listens, it'll certainly be top 5 for me, I think. Great rock album. The guitar work on it on a couple of tracks actually sounds very similar in quality to Hendrix. So if you like that sort of guitar sound, give this album a listen. Next up we have Melanie Martinez with her album Portals. This was from 2023. This was my 2023. This was my 4th favourite album of that year. Randomly picked it out again. It's sort of art pop, art rock, alt pop sounds. If you like Sia, Australian singer Sia, you're probably going to like this album. It's got that sort of Sia vibe, flavour running through it, but I think it's a pretty good album indeed. Also listen to, where's this one? Henry's Dream, The Cave and the Bad Seeds. It was their 9th studio album, I think. The Bad Seeds' 9th album. Great stuff. It's got some sort of Irish folky sing-along things like sea shanties. It's got his usual chaotic rock sounds on here as well. It's got some beautiful slower songs like Straight to You, which is one of his greatest songs of his career, and of course the usual splash of murder ballads as well. Great album. So it was a pleasure listening to Nick Cave again. And last but not least, I pulled out a Neil Diamond, Beautiful Noise. This was released in 1976. This one's got obviously the title track Beautiful Noise on it, and Stargazer. Both were decent sized hits in Europe. Favourite track on here is the closing track, Dry Your Eyes, which was written with Robbie Robertson, his guitarist, who is, I think he played with Paul McCartney, didn't he? Robbie Robertson. Anyway, fairly good album. There's a couple of tracks on it I don't like, but overall it's a fairly decent album, and Neil Diamond is a quality artist. So that's what I have been listening to the last few weeks. Leave your comments in the comments section below. What do you think of these albums? Do you know any of them? Have I sort of encouraged you to go and listen to a couple? Anyway guys, thanks for watching again. Stay safe, take care. All for now. Catch you around, and bye folks.